Hi guys, Andy again, spokenly. My friend here, the magnificent Shan. Now, we've forgotten to mention something in the first half, and I knew I'd forget something. When you deal with guess the quality of Shan, she's got that much to talk about. I knew I'd forget this. Now, tell us a bit more about your experience at Yale then, because I think this is quite important about your non-memoir, isn't it? Because obviously we talked a bit about your non-memoir writing, so I want to learn about how this helped you develop your non-memoir.
Yeah, sure. The Let's Lead program at Yale University was an interesting experience. It's a peer-led program for people with lived experience of mental illness and addictions. And the first half of the program felt way more academic than what I was personally interested in. I've done academia. I don't need to do that anymore. But the second half is where I thought it was really awesome. I got paired up with an Anishinaabe or author. His name is Nathan Negan Noden Adler, and he's primarily a horror writer, but he worked with me on developing my memoirs, and they continue to be a work in progress.
Brilliant. Yeah, like I said before, we talked a bit about your memoir in part one. So that's, I think I'm looking forward to that. So you've got, but tell me you'll finish writing, Shannon, and it'd be about 20 years' time like me. 'Cause I think we're about the same age. Where basically, I think you're going to have about 6 books now, probably coming out in about 6 months, and probably the way it's going here, aren't you?
I mean, maybe I just started writing like seriously within the last 5 years. So if it's going to come out, it might all come out at once, and all people will be like, "What? What? Where is all this stuff?" And I don't even know.
Yeah, no, it shows now brilliant. Good luck with it. Keeps informed. Okay, so right now. That bit's the end of the chat bit, so we're going to move on to the reading now. So you're going to do what is it? A bit of flash and a poem for us, aren't you? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm going to read to you something that is very much a work in progress. This is a first draft that I wrote yesterday, and
Ooh, I like this word. Exclusive.
exclusive. So please forgive any weirdnesses that are happening with tense. That's all going to be washed out in the editing, but I think it's still kind of fun. This is the piece I was talking about earlier. It's cosmic horror, Jehovah's Witness style.
Brilliant. Right. Let's go for it and I'll disappear.
Okay. I call this the good news. The sky rumbled, but with hoofbeats rather than thunder. Armageddon was finally upon us. We, the faithful, were filled with joy. Christ had come right on time. All around us, the earth opened up, huge, hungry rifts devouring those who had refused to listen to the good news of the final tribulation. It was too late for them, but this destruction was all we'd ever wanted. It marked the end of this system of things. All we had to do now was wait it out. God would make short work of all the faithless, all the apostates, all the antichrists. We gathered around our kitchen table with heads bowed, thanking God for letting us to be his chosen people. We would serve him throughout Armageddon and all the way to the other side, an earth restored to paradise. Outside the window is righteous rejuvenation, the long range missiles, which are doing their best to enact mutually assured destruction, are having no effect on us. But if we look up from our prayers, what we see is hard to look at. The air itself is on fire, and people and things are obliterated in an instant. The world has been transformed into burnt offerings for God. Shadows and ash fill the landscape, but we are safe. Yes, we are safe, for we have prayed and preached and sacrificed and been found worthy. All praises to God, for he is good. The destruction continues longer than we'd thought. But what is a day for us in terms of the timelessness of God? Almost everyone is dead or dying. If we find someone dying, we know it is God's will. Their blood pours out as a libation. Blood is sacred to God. We ignore the dying and search for the healthy, for we survivors have been restored to our intended glory. We are hale. We are hearty, we are healthy, we glow, for we have been anointed by God's Holy Spirit. We speak in tongues like our ancient predecessors. Yah, Yah, Jehovah Fatagan. We travel together in search of other sacred survivors. We salvage food from devastated grocery stores, collapsed warehouses, and flattened farms. What we find is inedible, but we are not without faith. We pray more, and here comes another miracle. God has not forsaken us. While the horsemen of the apocalypse gallop across the sky, manna falls from heaven as in the days of Moses. We gather it in our arms, but it melts away if we hold it too long. We must eat it as it falls, running like children in the winter, trying to catch snowflakes on our tongues. It sustains us. We are the children of God, walking through the wilderness for 40 years. Sirens blare from somewhere. Not all the power stations are down yet, but it's only a matter of time. All the world but us were Jezebels, and now they are food for the dogs. We will walk until we find our fellow soldiers of God, and then we will march together, singing praises for the other survivors to hear. The old must be released so that the new can enter. The former things have passed away. As we walk, the destruction fades to a shimmer on the periphery of our vision. In its place, a paradise grows. Moss forms atop unburied bodies. The rifts in the earth are filled with rubble, and trees grow atop, their roots twining down. Mountains erupt from the ground, and with them come forests, fields, rivers, and shores. We sing hosannas when the dead begin to rise. That's it for that piece.
Wow. Wow. And what you wrote that all in what yesterday was it then? Pretty well that was it.
Yeah, I wrote that yesterday afternoon.
Good grief. It's like it's fascinating when you hear first drafts of work like that because it's like I know what I can be like sometimes when I get going with work. Sometimes it can be a really vibrant and really raw piece. That's really, really raw, that is. So it's like, and I'm guessing as well, there's going to be more to come in that piece probably as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm hoping to do like a series of flash fictions. This is my idea at the moment, all from different perspectives from it. So from the perspective of the resurrected and what they are seeing. So
Yeah, no, good
I'm
luck.
looking forward to seeing how this turns out.
Oh God, yeah, completely. I'll give us a form, I said. So, did you say you had a second piece you wanted to read out today, or was I imagining
Yeah,
things?
I have a poem. This one's called "This is the Time Just Before Spider Woman Meets Kiviok," and I performed it a few times. And this is kind of a prequel to an Inuit oral tradition story. And I'll begin with that. This is the time just before Spider Woman meets Kiviok. My sod-roofed hut is sodden without and within. The roof is drenched with the mist which always shrouds this veil of scrubby trees and sphagnum. And the inside? Ah, that is the moisture from my cooking pot. Men are stacked around me in neat piles. Today is the boiling day when marrow bone femurs seep their flavors into richness. The meat isn't fatty enough, so I add seal oil until it swims on the surface. Round floating islands grab at one another in a large amber slick, then scatter like lemmings when I stir the pot and poke down any protruding bones. I sing to myself while I cook. My eyebrows hang down over my eyes, blinding me to all but my work. And off to my side, I hear a moan. The men stacked like firewood speak to me. Push us into the cauldron, they say, but they shall have to wait their turns. Spiders creep like lichen across my arms. They are my children, and tonight we will sup well. The roof is always making sounds. Bugs burrow in, making nests, making worms, until on the rainy days, water and maggots patter down upon my earthen floor, and I scoop them up and eat them by the handful, or feed them to my children. Is the best time to be alive. I have no use for the frozen times, so I die, we die, and when the rains come to melt away the snow and drench the bogs with water and larvae, I resurrect myself and weave for myself an orb as a cradle for my youngest. The sounds of the creeping things bring me comfort. The sounds of my fire bring me joy. The sound I hear now brings me confusion. What is that great noise? I don't know it. It is not the sound of my stew, of my crackling embers, my shaking fire, my sprinkling rain, my moaning stack of corpses. No, it is something new. I look up, but my eyebrows dangle in my way. No matter, I don't need them on my face anyhow. I slice them up with an ulu, pop them into my mouth, and look up into the shocked face of a living man.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Wow. Now that was that quite a difficult piece to write, that one, because it felt the ending then was really pitch perfect, and that clearly didn't come through. Well, you'll probably tell me it did, but it felt like a number of drafts on that piece then.
Um, I don't entirely remember because I wrote this one fairly early on too. This is about 4 years old now.
Oh, wow.
Um, It is one of the first pieces that I had published. I got it published in the Writers Studio's anthology, along with an
Wow.
excerpt from the Everyone. So that's the first place it got published. It was picked up elsewhere. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but a theater group actually, somewhere in British Columbia, purchased the rights to perform this for like a Halloween extravaganza. I mean, I'm glad for the money, but honestly, I didn't think their performance is that good. Shh.
Wait, shh, that's our secret there, right? Everybody's listening.
Yeah,
We'll,
don't tell them that.
we'll keep our mouths quiet there, definitely with that. So brilliant stuff, Shan. It's been a pleasure today. I'm certainly looking forward to having you back on again in 26, definitely, for when your influx of books start coming out.
Here's hoping they rain down on my book.
You watch now, you look at anything like mine with publications sometimes. It's either all or nothing, and you end up with about 10 things coming out in about 4 weeks. And I've had that before now.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
had
I've
it.
got a collection of short stories that's also out on submission too, so we shall see if that gets picked up.
Well, I had it, God, I'm not gonna say when it was, a couple of years ago, under my music alias, Ocean the Buckle. I had 4 labels come back to me, and this took over 18 months, all wanting to bring an album out on the same day. And I said, I can't do that. I can't publicize all of it.
No, that's too much.
Yeah, it was like that, and I had to delay them all for spread them out over 18 months, and it did me, it didn't, that did. And there's some of them were happy, oh no, we can't leave it that long. I said, well, you're bringing it on that date, I can't do out. So, yeah, well, fingers crossed for you, Shannon. Okay, keep us informed, because I know you will definitely with that one. So, brilliant stuff. Okay, folks, that's it today. I've really enjoyed this today. So, thank you again today, Shannon. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, as Shan doesn't know this, but I love American wrestling. So, I love watching AEW wrestling. And there's a manager in there called Don Callis, and he's got a really good heelish saying is, stay safe and stay over. And we will see you all next time. Take care, folks.